hello. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that. How are you? Close your eyes. There we go. Welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els, and this is, this is my corner. It's just a little corner of the house where I've got all my stuff. Okay, it's a giant corner. Hi, Harry. Hi, Harry. Can I help you? You've had breakfast. You got crunchies. I said hello, so you have to come up here. Is that the deal? Yeah, I'm the center of the universe. This is my channel woman. Good morning, Miss Marjorie. Is everything well in your world? We have a few others that we're checking on. Hello, Miss Candy. We're still waiting to hear from Miss Mari and Zola and a few others. But so far, everybody's everybody's checking in, and they're good. So far, so good. Okay. Hello, Marie. All right, you got to get down. Go on. Here, knee. Use it. Get down. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't heard from Mari yet. I sent her a message on Instagram. We'll see. Everybody else, I'm kind of checking with Facebook. We'll see. We're gonna make sure everybody's okay. So, Marjorie, you're from. There was a huge tornado in the San Antonio area last night. Marjorie, you're from the Uvalde area. Is that correct? Is that what I got from your posts? That is Francis's hometown. She's from Uvalde. She lives in Fort Stockton now, but she grew up in Uvalde. There she is. Hi, Miss Francis. Francis, you're good, right? You're like way west of it, right? Okay. I'm just checking. Most of our ladies live in or around um, Texas. Rose is in Texas. I got to check on Rose. Give me a second. Let me go over here and check on Rose real quick because she's in that area too. Hi, Miss Janie. Okay, I'm checking on Rose King because she's down in that area too. She's over in Centerville. Not that far, that's all in that area. So just check in. Just checking. Gotta check. Okay, so let's have an update. So here's the update. Pepper's in the driveway. She has a basket on her head. She's all dressed up and ready to party. She's going tomorrow to get a full tank of gas. She's all cleaned out. And the trunk is clear. So, you know, the hatch is clear so that the kids can put all their stuff in. They'll be here tomorrow. No, today's Wednesday. They'll be here today. They'll be here today, this afternoon. So just for clarity, I'm getting the bug, I'm getting the dude, and I'm getting Oogie Boogie. Shay. So they'll all be here tonight. And then tomorrow morning, first thing, at about 9:30, before 10 o'clock, we will be on the road. Now, the way that this works, I have to tell you guys, the way that this works is there is I make my grandkids use a map book. It's ridiculous. But in my car, in the trunk, in the hatchback, is a 2024, I think it is, or 2020. It doesn't really matter. It's not like they changed anything drastic. Big Rand McNally map book. And so I have a destination in mind, and that is the Phoenix metro area. We're going to be in Phoenix, Apache Junction, Mesa, you know, that whole conglomerate. I have to take Shay there because she wants to go to the lace store, and I have to go to the lace store. And that is the only thing that I have planned. Oh, Miss Janie. Hold on. Definitely thinking about you, baby. Keeping you in my heart. Okay, so we will go there. We're going to go to the lace shops for my granddaughter and for me. I will try to film some there and post it. And then we break out the Rand McNally. And I give them the map of Arizona. And I give them the maps that are connected. And they point and we go. If we get to a crossroad of two major highways, they have the decision if we're going to turn. Are we veering off of our original plan? I don't know if you want me to share this, so for now it's just you and me, kiddo. But then we go to the next location. Now, Shay, her fingerprint is in my phone, so she's authorized to use anything on my phone. So she checks my bookings, and she figures out what town we're heading into, and she books rooms for us. 2 queens, refrigerator, microwave, absolutely mandatory. She knows the CVC number for my credit card that's attached to it. She like memorized that shit. So she'll find it, she'll show it to me, she'll go, what do you think? Okay. And I'll go, okay, and she'll go, okay, book it. Ground floor room, close to parking if possible, disabled. She types in all the information. She sends the message off to the hotel, and we have a room booked for the night. Then she goes to my Google Drive and she goes, discount shopping in whatever town it is we're staying in. And then she brings up a list of like, if there's a swap meet or, maybe they're having some kind of fun drive or a church social or the thrift stores. She brings them all up. She goes, this is what we have for options. And she kind of notes the ones that we might do. And she puts them on her notepad on her phone. And then we pull into town and we get our room and we go to sleep. And, we just kind of goof around. All right. So what is going on? Let me just put this in here because I want to keep everybody updated. So Janie had reached out to me a few days ago, last Sunday. She had to travel over to Tennessee. Her dad, who has been in a nursing home for a while, was not breathing, and he was barely breathing, but he was unresponsive. He passed away on the 13th, the night of the 13th. And that's why she hasn't been in. So she's just dealing with that right now. So if you guys can give her all the love and send all your prayers to her and her family, that would be fantastic. Janie's had a bit of a rough time with it, but, she'll love her dad. So. So if you get a moment to, give her a little love, that would be great. So this is the way our trips work. I don't have like beyond the first day's destination. It literally is, we are going north, south, east, or west. That's the start. And then from there, it's just point and go. And I have, I don't know, like probably somewhere around maybe $2,000 cash with me. Not cash. I have it on I always travel with it in my PayPal account. And there's a reason for that. And I'll tell you guys, and I will recommend it if you travel at all. But I put all my cash. I keep a little bit of cash in my hand. And there's a reason for that too. Oh, yes. But the majority of my free money goes on my PayPal card. And then I have a Discover card that has a really nice high limit on it. That is and it has a lower interest rate because of my credit score. So that is the card that is connected to my bookings. And my granddaughter uses that card to book all of our rooms. I have my regular bank credit card that when I leave here typically only has like $100 on it, and it's got a decent limit. It is like my Discover card is for rooms. And if I have a problem with my car, there's plenty of money on there to cover that. My credit card is used for things like, I call Hubber and go, hubby, I found 40 piano rolls and they want $30 for them. Can I get them? And he'll go, yeah, that's what it's for. It's like for those pop-up expenses. So we have that. And then my PayPal card, I put my gas on it, all of my shopping on it, and our food. And the reason for this is I have traveled before and I have charged like gas or something at, like a truck stop or something, and they've double charged me. PayPal immediately returns the money to me. Like there's no questions asked. They look at it and go, oh yeah, 2 charges for the exact same amount. Here, we're refunding one. And PayPal texts my phone every time I spend money to tell me what I have left. So I always know where I'm at. Here's the thing. We drive in whatever direction we're going in until that account hits half. When it hits the halfway mark, then we turn around and we come back. So we may go this way, and this is halfway, and then we'll come back this way. So we get the most out of it. And I always carry a little bit of cash with me, and this is why. Several years ago, on Oogie Boogie's first trip, on her very first trip, love you, honey. Call me later if you need me. If you have any questions, anybody's giving you crap, you call me and I'll help you work through them, okay? I love you, babe. We were on a stretch of road that was just huge. And I don't know why, because this was the route that Google recommended. Normally, they don't like take you into the boonies, but I guess this was one of those places where like that's all it was. It was like this stretch of nothing. And I was starting to get a little bit concerned. Now, Pepper has never let me down. But, you know, in today's, if it was the 70s or maybe even the 80s, I would travel with a gas can. You know what I mean? Like I would have like a gallon of gas on the roof of the car. You know, like one of those, like, you know, 2.5 gallon jug things, you know, so I could pour gas in the car if I needed to. But I know what her range is. She'll get between 270 and 285 miles out of a tank of gas. So I filled her up and I thought, okay, we're good until we get to the next one. Because thinking there's going to be a truck stop, there's going to be a travel center, something. There was nothing. And then finally I saw it. And it was like, you know, these signs, you see them when you're on the open highway, like it says gas and it's literally like a plywood sign that somebody put up on the side of the road. And you like instantly in your head, you hear, and you're like, oh shit. And then there was like one that said food. And then there was one that said, you're almost there. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm on the road with somebody who's completely oblivious to everything that goes on around them and a 12-year-old little girl. Now, I don't travel. I rarely travel unprotected. I do check the laws in each state to make sure that I can have it. But I rarely travel unprotected. So finally, I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm like, I'm looking at the map going, there's nothing for like another 150 miles. And I've got a quarter of a tank of gas, like just shy of a quarter of a tank of gas. And I'm like, whoo, okay. All right. There's a gas station up ahead, guys. We're going to stop and get gas. Just a quick stop. We're not getting out of the car. I'm just going to put some gas in it. And we're just going to keep going because I want to make it. I don't want to freak Shaylee out. I want to make it to the hotel before dark. They're like, okay. I'm like traveling with like 2 10-year-olds. It's ridiculous. And they're not talking. They're fighting. So we get to the exit and I take the exit and it's on the other side of the highway and you can't see it from where you get off. So we get off and we have to go under the highway and we go under it and we go to the other side and it's a truck stop. There's like a Subway, the convenience store. There's like 10 gas pumps. There's diesel pumps on the other side. This is a truck stop. And I'm like, okay, I'm breathing a sigh of relief. All right. I feel better. This is civilization. You know what I mean? This is okay. This is not some cowpoke with a piece of wheat hanging out of his mouth going, how y'all doing? You know, because that's the vision you have, you know? And so I get out of the car and I go to fill up, and the card reader on the pump will not take my card. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go inside and I have my card in my hand. I don't take my wallet with me. I just my card. And I go inside and he goes, oh, we don't have reception. I said, what? He says, there's no lines up here. It's all satellite and it's really cloudy. So we don't have any reception right now. We can't accept your card. I'm sorry. So I'm in the middle of freaking nowhere with no gas in my car. And they can't take cards because their system's down. And he tells me that there's a gas station about 100 miles down the road. And that they're on a line, so they'll be able to. No! So I go back out to the car. And I open my purse and pull out my wallet, and I go back in there. And it's all I have, $100 bill. And he looks at me like it's counterfeit or something. Like, where did this mysteriously come from? I looked at him. I said, I printed it in the back of the card. Come on. Put $40 on the pump. Let's go. So he does the pen, puts it under the light, holds it up, you know, the whole 9 yards. And finally, he puts my $40 on the thing and gives me back change. 110, 3 5s, and the rest in ones. Because not only are they not like they're on a satellite link for their computers, for their internet, but apparently they don't take a lot of cash. Hi, Howie. You already had snackies. You had them. I'm not giving you any more. You will give me more, woman. So I always carry just a little bit of cash with me, usually about $100. Not enough to get me in trouble, but enough to, you know, get me out of it in the event. Yeah. Well, because I've had problems before. Like when we moved to Nevada from California, I had about $18,000 in cash on me. Because I had just settled my lawsuit for my back. And I was expecting when I got here to pay cash to buy a motorhome, not a mobile home, a motorhome. It's a, you know, one of those prefab homes. So I didn't want to have to like wait for, because I was out of state. I didn't want to wait for that. So I had it and we got stopped. And there was a tail light out, I think, on the trailer. And we got stopped coming out of California. And the cop was like, what are you transporting? We're obviously a husband and a wife and 2 children, 2 young children. But yeah. Miss Mari, are you okay? All right, thank you. So they tried to take my money. I was like, oh hell no! I had to I'm pulling out court papers and showing them, look, I just got a settlement. I'm moving to Nevada. Look here, this is the contract I have for the house that I'm buying, yada, yada. That's why I have the cash. And finally they let us go. But, because yeah, if you have more than $5,000, they'll take it if you're traveling. So I always make sure that I have about $100, $150 in my wallet in cash. If for any reason I spend it, I just replace it right away. That way I don't have to worry. Harry, time for you to go. It's time for you to go, mister. Your bangle is sassy today, huh? Hi. Hello. Don't give me that look like, what are you doing, lady? Don't give me that look. What are you doing, lady? I'm giving you a smoochy face. And then I'm putting you down. Woo. Go. Okay. So let's do some work on this thing. Since this is the only day we're going to be doing it this week. So car is ready. Cash is ready. Credit cards are ready. I am ready. Kids are going to be here soon. They are more than ready. Oh my God, they're driving me nuts. Shaylee has been sending me for the last like 4 or 5 days. She has been sending me every link that she has found to every cool place she wants to go. There it is, the big tape. I knew it kind of got put in here. Yeah, like if she's found something that she thinks is interesting, she has she's got it marked. She has a map in her phone of where things that she found along the way. She's going to talk to the boys about. Maybe we'll go do this. Maybe we'll go do that. Just yeah, they love these trips. The only one who hasn't been on a trip with me is the dude, and so I am a little concerned because he's bougie. He's a little bougie. Like my other 2 grandkids, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to the thrift store. Dude is like, I need the newest Lego set. Yeah, he's like that. Oh no, we got our geocache all set up, and there's a new thing. Oh my God, you guys haven't seen these. They have these new things. Shaylee found a place where they're all listed. They're called trinket lockers, and she's got a bag of stuff she's taking with her. They're called trinket lockers, yeah, and or trinket towers or trinket stops or something like that. Anyway, they're all across the country now. They're these little boxes, and when you open them up, they're full of little things, and you put in something and you take something, and you put in something and you take something. And apparently there's a website that has got them, like people are linking them up. So she wants to, like, if she finds one that isn't on the list, she wants to add it to the list. So we're going to be doing that too. And the boys, they love to geocache. They love that. So we're going to be doing that. And I have found that there are geocaches, like, because like truckers will maintain them. Like, so if you've got a trucker who has a regular route, they'll stop at the same rest stop each time. So they'll put a geocache there. So in the middle of freaking nowhere, there's a geocache. So we do this. We geocache. Bye, honey. Yeah, they're like thrift stores, junk shops, and then dude is like, is there an outlet somewhere? Yeah, there's like, you never know. There could be like a new thrift store that'll open, or something. And so we're always like, ooh. And sometimes it's just, and creative reuses. Shaylee's got those marked out as well. Dude's like, I don't want to go there. And Shaylee's like, because he makes jewelry. Hold on. I think I got a piece of his jewelry in here. Because I'm overly proud of my grandchildren. I think I have one. I might have sold it. Maybe it's in here hiding. Who needs this many pens? Lord. There it is. I knew I had a piece. Okay. So, Dude, my grandson, Dude, the oldest one, he makes chainmail jewelry. He turns all these links and puts them together, and then makes this chainmail jewelry. This obviously is a men's necklace, but there's no weight to this. It's like aluminum, so it looks really heavy, but it's not. Maybe 3-4 ounces. But he does all of this. He does ladies and he does men's, and he's getting into wire wrapping. And Shaylee goes, do you have any idea how many like beading things you can find in a creative reuse? Like wire and everything else under the sun. So now he wants to go to creative reuses. Yeah, I know it looks heavy as all get out, but seriously, it's not. It looks like it should weigh like a half a pound, or a pound, and it doesn't. 2 ounces. It's 2 ounces. I don't know if you guys can read that. You can't, but it's 2 ounces. That's how much it weighs. It weighs nothing. But yeah, he hand turns all these little links and then sets them all together to make this chain that looks like it spirals and it moves. And he does this fantastic work. And he does those, and he does, he's gotten into wire wrapping, where he's wrapping, stones and precious, semi-precious stones. So we're also going to be doing some creative uses, and we're probably going to be looking for some local rock shops. I'm trying to see if there's any local mining, like where you can go and pay like $10 a day to mine an area for stones. They do it here. I'm just trying to find if there's any place, out there. So, okay. So here's where we're at. We did it. We did this the other day when Marjorie was at her surgery. I went ahead and put in that pocket that we talked about and just lined everything up. So the only thing that really tells you there's a pocket here is this fact that there's ink on it. Ta-da! So we did that, and then we have this piece, which is Becky's contribution to this one. And we have here, we did this page the other day with the little tower. And then, of course, this one, which is the letter in the bottle, and there's the bottle. And just some writing space. And we kind of left off on this one because it's got all these marks on it, and I don't like these marks. So we're probably going to cover it with something like this. The thing is I don't know how exactly I want to do this. So I'm going to just start kind of fussy cutting this paper, and we'll see where that goes. we'll save all this. So this is what we were thinking. I kind of like it. All right, let's ink and see what it looks like. Yeah, right? Flood warning. Not to be rude, but floods? Okay. This is going to be hidden, so. That'll give me an idea where this goes. All right, glue. Gluey, gluey, glue. Glue, 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 glue. So let's see. What do I have left to do? So before we leave, I have to shut my shop down tonight. As soon as we're done here, I'll shut it down. So that I don't get any orders while I'm gone, because those have to be filled, you know, pretty rapidly. And so I will make sure that I don't, you know, I don't have any orders come in while I'm gone. Shay shut her shop down on Sunday, this past Sunday. Just in case, we'll just take a little, you know, if that's on, we'll take that. Just in case. We're going to cover it with this, but, you know, just in case. I think we'll make this a pocket. We're going to make it a pocket. We signed Zola up for amazing preservation races for kids 2026. Yay! Okay, let me get this centered where I want it. There. Marjorie. That's funny. All right, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cards that'll go in here. 5 little tags, 5 little cards. So let's see. What do we have that we could use in here? Well, we have these two. I don't know a lot of tags and stuff for this. Let's see what we got in here. Nope. We do. Here they are. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We found stuff. There they are. There they are. Okay, we got them. All right, so we have these 2 pieces and that one that one. That one. All right. So let's start with making these into, well, they don't have to be tags, you know, but we do have to make sure they'll fit in the slides. This one will not. No. Yes. Definitely not. Yes. Okay. These are not going to work. We need narrower things. Okay. Well, let's see what we have. That'll work. That's 3. Getting down the tag bin. 3. I don't know that we have anything in here that's going to work with a pirate, but you know, 3. That'll work. 4. Okay. Okay. Maybe if we shave this a hair on both sides. Let's try that. It's pretty close. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. It's better. All right. Let's see. Okay, it's a little long. It's okay, we'll trim it down. About there. This side. Okay, that's better. It'll go up there. So it's 1, 2, 3. Where's the other one? Oh. All right. This is the tall one. I'm going to let it hang out at the top. Okay. We got them in there. We're going to come back to this. I'm not going to sit here and waste time on this today. So we're going to put a pin in it. We'll come back to that. Hi, Kristen. All right. So now, somewhere here, I saw it. I've been chasing this one piece around that I made, and I'm done chasing it. Seriously. Like, I want to find it. Where is it? There it is. Okay. We're putting it here because this is a pocket. So we're going to put this here. Maybe up here? We're putting it up there. All right. So I'm going to put this on. I don't know. I had some stuff. I just threw it together. That's what I do. Okay, so I'll tell you how this one came to be. And for anybody who's doing the class, this is a good one. If you have two circles or two squares of similar size, so if you have layered dies or punches that are, close, and if you don't have that, use your trimmer, okay? If you just layer stuff, and usually a book page on a base color, and throw those in to your make-aheads, you can pull them out and use them to make, ephemera. I think I might have one in here that I can show you what I'm talking about. Because, I'm talking like a crazy person. I may have used them all. Hold on. Here we go. Yep, got a whole bunch of them. All right. The other way. So I just, I had layered pieces. So I just made these backgrounds. I don't know. I might actually make a bunch of these and put them in bags and put them in the sale for people that don't have the layered dies. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Would it be worth it for me to do that? Like 25, 30 pieces in a bag for a couple, $2-3, whatever. But I do them in all different sizes, and then I put them in my make-aheads. Because then I can just, pop stuff on them. And I generally tend to put them together with, just brown ink. Yeah. So, yeah, but, these are like this. It's something that's really easy. And all I have to do to make ephemera using this at this point, is just go in and find something, anything. Here we go. Here's a ship. Put a ship on there, add a word. It's already a pre-made base. So good to have. And then that one, I just put a circle on it and just a piece of that gauze. Okay. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. It worked, All right. So now we have this page. Now here's our problem with this page. Does anybody see the problem? You guys can't see it. There is a hole in this paper right here. Right there. It's a magic trick. I just make a pokey tool appear. So we have to do something with this, and we're going to have to do something on the other side. Probably not. We can probably get away with it on the other side. It'll just look like a wrinkle. But this one has it's tearing here and it's torn here. So we have to figure out what we're doing. Let's see. What do I have that could work? Where's the... All right. So I have to finish getting my stuff packed. I love this trimmer, guys. I really do. Yes, I know I cut that all wonky. For a reason. For a reason. Yeah, let's see if it fits. It does. Okay, it fits there. It fits well. All right, so this is that beautiful masking paper for painting and stuff. And I love this stuff. I really do. But it comes on a roll like this. Do you have any idea how much paper's on there? You guys, yeah, seriously. It's a lot. So what I do is I break that down, and I that way, you know, everybody can have a little bit, but they don't like, you don't need like, I give like, I think I do like a yard of it at a time or something like that, right? X marks the spot, right? All right, so now we're going to put this on here. But first, we're going to ink the edges. So, since I know that this paper is a pain in the butt to ink, I'm going to put it on a piece of cardstock and ink it on the cardstock. Makes my life easier. All right, so when I get done here, I did laundry the other day. Buggy went home to do his laundry because he needed to get clothes from the house. Not that he doesn't have a full, he does. He has a full dresser full of clothing here, because I make sure he has clothes here, because when he comes over, usually it's after school. And so he just, you know, he has whatever's in his backpack, which is usually nothing. It's his computer and his books, and, you know, so Pop and I go and we get him stuff to wear here. And not that it really matters, because Buggy has 2 uniforms here. He does, 2. Shorts, nothing else. Jammy pants, nothing else. I love that paper, that cotton paper. Oh, I love that stuff. All right. So now we have to decide, do we want to do this way or this way? I kind of like it this way. All right. So what I'm going to do, I don't use this often, but we're going to do it. Because for this paper, it's the perfect application. Glue stick. I know. So let me get this, because I don't want to get glue stick everywhere. Bloop. So get the edges. Doop. Then I will work on the inside edges first. All right. Now the inside. So we were going to go to a mine, on a mine tour, but apparently it's closed. It closes May through September because it's too hot. All right, this should have been probably a little more, you know, torn. We didn't get that. We just have the wrinkly edges, but, you know, we'll live with it. Okay, so we have that. And now I want to, you know, dirty this up a little bit. So I'm going very lightly. Just basically hitting those high points. To make it look like old paper. And I'm not adding any ink to this. I'm just using what's on it, okay? And it just darkens up those lines a little bit and gives you that look of old crumpled paper. I like old crumpled paper. Now, we can put our ship on here. We can put a small pocket. I think we're going to do a small pocket. This one with the skulls is kind of cool. What is this one? Other skulls. We're going to use this one. All right, so I'm going to take this notch out first. Designers, I love you. Quit putting the notches in them. That's just vague. You know, most people can't cut that, and we don't have the same size thing. All right, and let me get this. Come out of there. Thank you. God, you know, some things in the butt. The auction house keeps sending me text messages. We miss you. Come back. No. I need my money to go on a trip. The auction is like a Dollar Tree. Okay. You know, when you walk in there and you're like, oh, everything's only $1. And you walk out and you've spent $40. That's what the auction's like. Like I go, oh, well, I only paid like $3 for this, or I only paid $4 for that. And then I go in there and my bill is like $50. Son of a. I love you. I'm not bitching about you. God, woman. Don't make me set my pokey tools to you. At least it's pretty. You'll die pretty. All right, inking. Why am I inking this? I don't know. It's dark all the way around, but we're doing it anyway, just to get rid of the white line. Because I don't know, my dumbass printed all this stuff on white paper instead of beige. I don't know, I have problems. Okay. We're going to put this right here. Right here. I like it. Okay, it's going in. Glue. Yep. I got to go out to the garage and pull the hygiene box too. I'll explain that. So when my grandkids were little, and my kids were little, because I still had 2 little ones when I had my grandkids, when they were little, we would go camping, and everybody would always forget the important stuff. So B-Mom Pop-Pop got a box about like this, about a foot high, and we bought towels, not big towels, little bath towels, smaller than the ones you find in hotels. They're like not much bigger than this space on my desk. They're like 3 feet, maybe 3 feet long and like 2 feet wide. And I can fold them up and they stand up in that box. 6 of them. And then in there is a plastic bag, and it has a bar of soap inside the netting that you get for like when you buy onions and garlic in bulk, you know, and you get that net bag. They're in there. It's a soap bar and it's in there. There's toothbrushes in there with each one of their names on it, and they all have caps on them. And then there's toothpaste in there. There's like 2 or 3 different kinds of toothpaste. You have to go outside? Okay. Excuse me. She has to go out. She never asks. Come on. But Daddy's coming in, baby. Go on. Go on, Jake. Okay. Well, she just barked to go out.
Come on. Outside. Both of you.
Outside, make a potty.
You two, Ginger.
Oh,
outside.
Oh, no. Okay. She doesn't want to go. What's the matter? What is the matter?
More attention.
Oh, my God.
Ginger. Outside.
She doesn't want to go. Don't force her. I don't want to.
Go on.
Hi, Christine. So we would take this because in the morning or at night before they went to bed, depending upon, how dirty they were, I would heat up water in my coffee pot and put it in a bowl with some cool water so it would calm down. And some of the campgrounds we go to, they actually have showers. You put in like $1 and it runs for 3 minutes. So there's also a couple of rolls of quarters in that box. But this way, we could wash the kids. And when they were little, I just had this like big round pan, and we would stand them in the big round pan and pour a little water on them, soak them up, rinse them off, dress them, done. But I had the towels. Well, now that Shadley's gotten a little bit older, Shaylee will use every towel in the bathroom. So I have to take the hygiene box, and the boys and I have towels. I'm getting it, baby. I heard you knocking, Mama. There you go. Otherwise, if I don't do that, then me and the boys have no towels. So I got to put that in the car. I told the boys, I was like, bring towels. They were like, well, how many changes of clothes do we need? Bring towels. They're like, what? I'm like, we're traveling with your sister. Oh, towels. Must take towels. Yeah. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I got to figure this out because I don't like this. It just, no. Blah. It's got a pin in it. We'll come back to it at another time. All right, so now we have this. Now we need to put something on here to make it pretty. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I get that. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. See, that works. I see it. I see how that works. And some of the campgrounds we go to, they don't have the showers, but other ones do in that same area. So sometimes we just put them all in the car and drive them up there. Get in the shower. And don't just walk around in a circle while you're in there, okay? Actually rub your body. But by putting the soap in the bag, it creates, some scrubby action. Let's see. Take some of this off. Over there. We wouldn't have old tape in this. Otherwise, I'd pull out some old tape, but we wouldn't. So now we have that. Okay. I remember being in the yard when I was a kid. And I'd go outside. My brother and I would go out at my grandparents' house, and we'd play with my grandfather's hunting dogs. And my grandmother, and of course, it was just about like running around in my grandfather's garden, which was usually a mess. because my grandfather used to go fishing and he would bring home the fish, he'd clean them, but all the rest of it he would put through a meat grinder. And he would go out and he would put it in the garden to grow all his veggies. And so my brother and I would go out and we would play with my grandfather's hunting dogs in the garden. And we would come in smelling like, 4-day-old dead fish. And my grandmother would stand at the top, on the back of their house. The yard went from the driveway kind of down. And so there was a door over here that was like 10 stairs up. And she would stand at the top of it. And that is, for whatever reason, that is where the hose bit was. I think my grandfather built it that way. But she would stand up there with the hose. And she would tell us to come in to the dog yard, which is where her Pekingese were. There was a little fence, little gate we could get in. And we would go in there and she would hose us down. She had a little kiddie pool. She'd tell us to stand in the kiddie pool. And from the top with the hose. And she would scrub, get that off, get it off. And then she'd bring us up the stairs, which was her sewing room. And she would stand there with a military blanket, one of those itchy, old, horrible wool blankets. And she'd tell us to take your clothes off. We'd take our clothes off. She'd hand us a towel straight to the bathtub. She'd have it ready. And then the clothes got put in that wool blanket and thrown straight into the washing machine, which was conveniently located in her sewing room. Because she wasn't having that in the house. We didn't think anything of it. We smelled like hunting dog, 4-day-old fish, rotting vegetables, dog poop, dirt, and whatever we found to mess with in the crick. Get up here. Yeah. And she'd do the whole thing with a Saratoga Slim hanging out of the corner of her mouth. God, those were the days, guys. Those were real grandmas. Those were take no bullshit grandmas. All right, we need we need to back this. All right, so I'm gonna ink this first. Oh, I don't think it was surplus. I think it was my grandfather's from, the Korean War. Could have been my father's from Nam. Who knows? Ugh. These things were horrible. Yeah. Oh, well, we used to go down in the creek and catch tadpoles. Yeah, my grandmother was never like, my grandmother would look at me and she'd be like, just shake her head. Because my grandmother had 4 kids. Okay. She had 3 boys and my mother. And my mother was the 3rd child. So 2 kids, trying for a girl, got the girl, thought, okay, well, 2 boys, 1 girl. Let's see if we can get another girl out of this deal. And my grandparents had a 4th child, another boy. So my mom was her daughter. That was it. That was her one. And yeah, my mom was a total tomboy. spent all her time with her daddy. So my grandmother didn't actually get a daughter until I came along. And I'm outside teaching my mother's show dog how to dig holes so I can collect night crawlers so I can go down to the lake and sell them to the fishermen for, 50 cents a cup. Getting her precious Irish setter dirty. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. I don't watch her channel, but I did see it come up on a feed. I'm going to cut this out, little scissors, because it's little stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you're not making fun. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, yeah, that's not what you think it is. But I'm going to let you go with that. All right, let's see. It's a ship. And that goes that way. Okay. So we're putting it right there. Okay. Yes, I know. She was very excited. I didn't have the heart to tell her. She wouldn't have listened anyway, but what the hell. No. Yeah. All right, so we're going to call this one done. And now we really don't have to do too much about this because it's like, but if we have a pocket to put on there, all the better. We could do this one. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm really upset about this. I'm going to have to see if I can flip this image. This would work. Only I put the paper on sideways. Yay! I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud you did it. You jumped in. Just go with it, babe. I know. I get excited over stupid stuff. Shush. All right. What are we gonna do with this one? I mean, it's not like it's not. I think that might just be a crease. You know, like a wrinkle in the paper. I'm not sure, but we got to get it fixed. We fixed the other side by just putting paper over it, and I don't want to do that because like we've got like two that are kind of similar, and then there's this one, and I just used this pocket, so I don't want to use that one. I may have to make a new pocket because, you know, is it kind of like this idea? But like it would be cool this way, wouldn't it? Like if it like came down the page and then it just like this whole piece flipped over and there was writing on the back here. So you have writing back here and then you have writing here. That would be kind of cool. I don't know. I see how that works. I'm not sure how to work. But we could do one of these, you know, like one of these, like, but I would want it to be thinner and it would have to be longer. And I don't know. And then the paper would have to go this way too, which means it would have to be cut differently, which means, oh no, that would be a pain in the ass. Okay, I could do it though. Okay, I'm going to figure this out. We're going to do this. I'm going to grab some paper. Hold on. Let me get this closed. We're going to make this pocket right now. Yeah, we got time. Okay. Hi, Hover.
Kevin, how's it go? Come on.
Go on. Go with Daddy. Our pages are 10 inches long. This is 8.5 by 11, so we'll take an inch off the top. All right. An inch and a smudge. You know? You know what I mean. An inch and a smudge. All right. Now. All right. So now we have 8.5. And I want it to be about 3 inches total in width. So let's cut the first one. Yeah? Okay. Ruler. Rubber ruler. All right, so on the 3. You know what? This needs a new blade. Come on. Come on. Just come off of there. You piece of pain in the ass. Let me grab my pliers. Whew, got it. All right, that blade needs to be sharpened. So we will get that in the sharpener later. careful doing this, guys. Look at that mess. All right, let me get alcohol prep. All right. So this trimmer is actually from Hobby Snobby. I have some other ones that are, from Dollar Tree. They work just as well, just as good. And I apologize. I really did intend on like doing a live this like earlier this week, but we had storms brewing here. And if you know me, you know that I suffer when there's storms. The barometric pressure just does a number on my head. And I was hating life for like 3 straight days. Beautifimous. I'm going to put you over my desk because you need to go to the sharpener. Yeah, I was like for days hating life. Hi, Chris. How are you, babe? You know, I get them, the cutters like this. I get them from, I think I have one. Yeah, I have one over here. I pick them up from the Dollar Tree when I see them. This kind. To be honest, they work perfect. They work fabulously. And if nothing else, you can use the blade to replace this one. It's cheaper. All right, so we got that one at 3. And then we'll do this one at like 2.5. If we don't like it, it's okay. We can cut it down. We can't make it any bigger, but we can cut it down. Right. Oh, much better. 2.5. And then we'll do this one at like 1 3/4. I think would be good. So get that on there. There, nice and straight. 1 3/4. Get rid of that. Get this. Let's do this. Stack them up. Okay, this one needs to come down a little bit. It is 2.5. I'm going to do it at 2 1/4 because it's just not, it's not blending the way I want it to. So 2 1/4, 1 inch off. Okay. Let's see now. How we doing? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's better. Got your nice risers. All right. Oh, it was just we had humidity upward of 55% yesterday. That's where my barometric pressure was. And if you have, okay, so let's stack it. I get it. I'm certified fibromyalgia. They have ruled out everything else, MS, all kinds of other nerve issues, all of that. It is fibromyalgia. It is because of the accident that I had when I fell and broke my back, they have, yes, it is fibromyalgia. And I know a lot of people go, well, fibromyalgia is what they tell you when they can't or don't want to figure it out. Well, I wanted to know what was wrong with me. And so I spent a lot of time. This is not going to work, all three of these. I spent a lot of time learning what was wrong with me. And I went through all of the testing to find out what was wrong. And the resounding answer is you have fibromyalgia. I fit all of the classic symptoms. And above and beyond that, I have the flares, the fibromyalgia flares, which is to say that, turn my fan. I have had the tightening in my chest that feels like a freaking heart attack. Been there, done that. Recently, I had the attack in my hips that felt like I had a pinched nerve or a pulled muscle or something in my hips, like my legs were going to go out. They're all part and parcel of what fibromyalgia can do, and I have it. And because when I was first diagnosed, that doctor, she's no longer, and it was so long ago, my last doctor confirmed it. Yeah. And I have people all the time that are like, they tell me, well, fibromyalgia is just, that's a lazy diagnosis. Like they don't want to find out what's wrong with you. That is what's wrong with me. I fell and I broke my back in 3 places. My body's response to that was to overstimulate my nervous system. And I have all the stuff that goes along with it. I have anxiety. That's a whole other thing I'll tell you about. I have anxiety. I have random pain. I will stub my toe and my elbow hurts. Okay. That's like, that's no joke. I actually broke my foot one time and did not realize that I broke my foot, a bone in my foot, because my arm hurt. And it's just the way that my signals are screwed up. I constantly have pain in my shoulders. When I sleep at night, I lay down and I'm constantly trying to like lower my shoulders because I want to crunch them up against my head, because that's your instinct. Well, thank you, Chris. You didn't have to do that. Do you need to go outside? Or are you just being a shit? Because Daddy hasn't come in. He's coming in right now. You're going to get your treats. Now knock it off, Missy.
Wait.
She is in here being very disruptive.
Your puppy.
I know. My spoiled, rotten brat. But, when I had the chest thing, oh my God, I seriously thought I was having a heart attack. I'd never had that before. That had never happened to me before. I thought I was having a heart attack. I had Hubbard take me to the hospital. I seriously thought I was having a heart attack. And he's like, no, that's not what it presents as. I was like, what it presents as men. Women different. This could be heart attack. And that's because I have a tiny little hole in my heart. I've had it since I was a baby, since I was born. My brother was 28 when he had a heart attack. My mother has has had a history of heart attacks. So when I started getting weird chest pains, that hurt. I'm thinking it could be a heart attack. So take me to the hospital. I got to the hospital. We went in. They told them I had chest pains. They took me straight to the back. They did an EKG. And then the lady looked at me and goes, well, I think you're just having a panic attack. Bitch. Oh my God. So on top of it, I have the fibromyalgia, I have the chronic fatigue that goes with it. I have the anxiety issues that go with the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. Hubbard did not sign up for this shit.
Sure did.
He knew that I had a broken back, and he knew that was going to happen. And I told him at that time there was something wrong with me. He was with me through the whole process of getting the fibromyalgia diagnosis. He knew that there was a great possibility I would be in a wheelchair by the end of our relationship, by the end of our marriage. And he went in, he did it anyway. So you know what? He gets what he deserves. Me. In all my idiocy and sickness and stupidity.
Covered under the sickness and health thing.
We never said that.
I didn't have to.
All right, so now we're going to trim this to fit on these, and we're going to trim this way. So what do we want to be in the foreground? I think I want this to be in the front, which will put this somewhere in the back. Okay, so. So the first one is going to be 1.5. So let's get this. We'll put it over here. I'm just going to cut this with, I know, but I'm going to cut it with the razor. Why? Because it just makes my life easier, guys. When I'm crafting on my own, I use this quite frequently. Dowie. They don't sign up for it, but boy, do they show up for it. That's for sure. Okay. And we said that this needs to be 1.5. So 7.5 over here. Counting backwards. And then I'm going to take the top and the bottom off. And then we're going to see what we need to do to adjust to make this fit on this. All right. So I want this to go on here. And it needs to be a little bit shorter. So we're going to take it off the bottom. Right about there. So about 3/4 of an inch. Yep. And I'm going to corner around these two. I know. That is the best feeling in the world. Like seriously, like as an adult woman, there's a couple of times when you need to be really proud of yourself. After you have a baby and you go, I pottied. And then anytime you've had some kind of major setback health-wise and you can go to the bathroom on your own, and then you're like, I went to the potty all by myself. That's like a big day, you know? I did it. Nobody had to hold my hand. Nobody had to make sure I didn't fall at the toilet when I was trying to wipe my butt. That's why Hubbard put the bidet in for me. Because eventually I'm going to have that damn hand surgery, and I don't want anybody to have to wipe my butt. So, bidet. You don't have to wipe shit when you hose it off. Literally, you don't have to wipe shit when you hose it off. You're like, woohoo! It's oh my god. You're just like, yay! I pooped all by myself. I wiped my own booty. You get all excited. Woohoo! All right. So now we're gonna cut this one. This one is 2 1/4. So we're gonna cut it at 2 inches. 2 inches. Never mind. I'm gonna behave myself, okay? All right. Get out of the way. Let me get my pencil. Where did I put it? Becky, did you eat my pencil? Becky ate my pencil. Shush, we're just blaming her because she's not here. Okay. Shushy. All right, we take that part off. And shit, I lost my mark. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And we're going to take this part off. There. Is that straight? Who knows? Yeah, that one is. Okay. Now, I'm not going to round corners on this one because it's going to be hidden for the most part. I am going to take a little bit more off this side. Down to 2 inches. Ooh, gonna save that. I like that one. Okay, here we go. I mean, you can round it if you want to.
You know, this is Mike with Cox Business Support calling on a recorded line. How you doing today, kind sir? Oh, it's another fun-filled day, man. I'm telling you. Yeehaw. Joy's doing this stuff. I'm telling you. So, hey, I got your ticket come across my desk. I'm just reading through this. Looks like you have problems with a particular phone number. Is that still the case, or is that been resolved for you then?
Okay, now we're going to put this one down. We're only rounding the back ends. We're not rounding the front ends, and I'm going to show you why in a second. All right, glue. Let it flow, let it flow. Okay.
Oh, no, not a problem. It's our pleasure to, investigate things and check it out and make sure it's all good. Otherwise,
Ooh,
it's a spot check.
Okay.
Make sure it's good.
One more.
Even if there is no issue. So
this one is 3 inches, so 2 3/4.
So is there anything else I might be able to assist you with today, Gina?
I'm going to turn this around because I want as much of this as possible.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's not going to show though, because see, that'll be there, and then that's going to, so that's not going to show. So, all right, let me clear this edge off. Let me clear this part, and then we'll mess with this and see if I can get a better piece that I like. Okay. Yeah, I can just pull it up. So I'm going to just do 1.5 inches here, because this is going to be inside of the thing anyway. Okay. Okay. Keeping that. Let's close this. His life gets into it exclusively. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I feel him. I feel him. You know, that is kind of where it is for somebody who's, you know, on that end of it. And as somebody who's done it, because I did it for my mom, it kind of sucks. And I know that it sucks for them too, because it's not what, you know, it's not what they expected their life to be. Been on both sides of this, you know. And it's not fun. You know, you didn't wake up one day and go, you know what I really want to do? I want to be a burden on my family. That's my ambition in life. Be a burden on them. And somewhere inside them, they know that, but you know, it's still a pain. Yes, a small Martian child did. Just sneezing here. It's called my dog. Rubbing her face on the ground because she just finished her trees. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on way to the left. Because when I put these on, it's going to cover that anyway. But here's the deal. I am going to make these into double pockets. So we'll have one big pocket here and then double pockets. I might even do triple pockets on this one. So I'm going to do double pockets. So I'm not a stitcher. So okay. So glue here. Here. Glue. Out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to do, so we have one big pocket, two little pockets. I should have put finger notches on them, but I'm not going to, because they don't really need them. I could put one here. We're going to do that one only because I want to show that this may be 2 pockets, but this is only one. So we'll come in here, pop that one out. We're going to ink it. Okay. I haven't even checked. I hope this fits the page. It will. Okay. And then we're going to do this one. Same thing. But this one I'm thinking we might do like 3 smaller pockets. So I'm thinking like right around 3 and a smidge. And then 6 and a double smidge. Now, I'm going to be really honest. Everybody's always like, this is just a paper mate pen. It's what I do when I'm doing my stitching on stuff, and I don't want it to run because it's regular ink. It's not art ink, so it doesn't run. All right, so again, I'm going to glue this one down. And then I'm going to find those lines right here, give or take, and right there, give or take. Pretty good, pretty close. Not close enough, but close. Okay, we're gluing these down. There.
This 1-800 numbers don't reside in Broadsaw. They're not. No, you'll never find it. It's not there. Icons. It should show an icon.
Bar.
Okay.
So now we have we have one big pocket back here, and then we have a small pocket here to half size, and then we have a third, and a third. And now we're going to put this in the book. I'm going to get this pin in here and get this out of the way. Get this one back. Like that. And we have covered this possible tear and this tear. Watch. I'll put this in.
Okay, so Luna's engine number 4.
Oh, right there. Oh, she fits beautiful. She does. Aye, what a fine looking lassie she be. Measurement used for the printing is too small to read without serious magnification. Yes, it's when you get to the 32nd of an inch. Or as we call it around here, 1 tick. Well, that's the 1/8.
Do you have a customer on the other side? Or just...
All right, we're going to put this in.
All right.
That's our line. So I'm going to put this in right there. I'm going to hold it down. I don't know about you guys, but craft paper for me does not bond very well. I don't know why. All right, so now we have all of these, spots. We have some writing space. We have plenty of journaling space. We need to put some cards in here. I'm going to put one of our, let's pick one of our big ones to do. Let's do one. What should I put in there? I kind of like, yeah. I like homie over here. Right? Isn't he fabulous? So let me get rid of this. Keep him. We are going to need another piece of paper. Grab another piece of craft paper. Okay. All right, and yo ho, a pirate's life for me. All right, so let's measure. This is
It's been a while since
about 5 7/8, 5 5/8 tall. Let's go 6 5/8. That's our height. So I'm going to.
Are you in icons at all?
Six and 5/8.
So you're able to see that it's going to 479-751-3455. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show you.
All right.
A CT screen.
And this is
Icons.
4.
All right, so you see the phone numbers, and there's the 800 down.
We're going to go
bottom.
5
Highlight
inches
it.
this way. So let's take this part off.
Out the middle, you'll see feature detail.
I'll take this whole section here off. Save it.
Yeah, 751.
Get rid of that.
3455.
And then we're going to go to 5
does that
inches.
help you out?
Remember, we can
You're able
take
to see
off,
that
but we
now?
can't
Okay.
put back on.
Okay.
So always be liberal with your measurements. As far
Well,
as
that's why I say
widths.
it's not in
heights.
Broadsoft. Broadsoft doesn't do 800 numbers, just like virtual numbers. If you're looking for like all you got is an auto attendant number, it's not going to find it. It won't pull it that way. It's got to be a DIC
Okay.
word that you pull within
That,
Broadsoft.
that.
So as far as 800 number is, you go
That's
to
good.
the CT screen in icons.
And then we're going to go
hit
just that much
go to
bigger
feature detail,
on
you can at least see
this.
where it points. Now, as
Okay.
far as getting it
So
changed, it's been a while. I mean, a really long while.
This
since I've
piece
had to do that.
is-
So I'd probably suggest going to key. It may have changed since I've done it last. I've been
let's
doing this for 19 years for talks, so I don't remember. And things
5.
change. So I would suggest going to key to find out how to change it if that's not where they want it to go.
We're going to go 6 on this. By 6 and 5/8.
Go to sales and get another number.
7 3/4.
Now they're going to have to go to sales. There's no other number on this. There's
Okay. Now we're going to round some
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah, on a different account. But as far as this count is concerned, there's only one. So, and that's where it's pointing.
Rounding corners.
Yeah, go to sales.
Rounding corners.
All right, buddy. In that case, anything else I can try to assist you with today, Dylan? Fantastic. And if you need
So
anything,
normally I
hit
go
me
for
up
the
on that.
quarter,
Yeah, there you go.
but on this one, because I wanted the card to be
All right. Have a great
much
day.
bigger,
Good luck.
I went a full 1/2 inch.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And there's a couple of ways that you can look at that if you want to see how layering is going to work. Get yourself some different colored cardstock and just start cutting yourself out pieces that are 1/4 of an inch bigger than the one before, or 1/8 of an inch, or a ½ inch. I wouldn't do more than a ½ inch, to be honest. That's just me. That's not everybody. But you can do that and put them together in a loop and have them so that you can layer them out. Card makers use this trick all the time. That way they can see how their layers are going to look on their card. Now we're going to ink everything. This was that piece that got accidentally printed on regular 20-pound copy paper. So we're going to use that. Now, I think recently, there's a couple of videos on it, but I think recently May over at May Made It, I think she recently showed it. She's a card maker by heart, at heart. But I know she's got one. I think she recently did an updated version of it. And I know there's a couple of others. Candy Can Cards. And Jolly Fat Elf, I think, has one. There's a couple of different channels. So, if you want to learn how to do that, storms, fires, droughts, and killings. Oh! Okay. That sounds like fun. Yeah, don't go out if you don't have to. Okay, matter of fact, don't go out if you have to. Somebody else go.
Send the men.
Yeah, don't send the men, because if you send the men, then you're going to have to send the women out after them any damn way. Unless you actually have a man, in which case just go ahead and send him. But don't send those things that are under 30 that, I'm a man. No, you're not, sweetie. No.
Send a Gen X man.
Send any Gen Xer. Doesn't matter what the sex is at that point. They know to get their ass home before the street lights come on. It's built in. Okay, so what I was going to tell you guys about earlier. I have been taking anxiety medication for about 12 years now. I used to take antidepressants. Just a mild antidepressant that I took for a long time because with the fibromyalgia and being in pain all the time, I would get depressed from time to time. Not like mind and mood altering, unalive myself kind of, depression, just some mild sedate depression. So for years I took Wellbutrin, which, they give you for a bunch of stuff. One, you get it postpartum. Two, if you're trying to quit smoking, they will give you that, unless of course you've been, prescribed it for something else, because it won't work if you've taken it for something else and smoked through it. Should have off-centered this, but I didn't. So I have been on a antidepressant and mild. Here we go. Ta-da! For a very little while, for many, many years here. And the reason that I started taking the anxiety medication was that when I worked for a specific insurance company, and I worked for a vendor for them, which is to say that that insurance company doesn't actually have their own employees working on accounts. Their own employees establish accounts and then turn them over to vendors to monitor those accounts. So if you are part of that insurance group, that very private group for insurance, and just know that the people that you're contacting don't actually work for the company. They work for the company, but they don't work for the company. They are contracted in by a vendor. Okay. And that vendor runs an extremely hostile work environment. Okay. So I used to get to work and start crying. But I worked there for a reason. And that was because at the time my daughter was kind of going through something and she just didn't she didn't feel like, she could hold down a job. She didn't feel like she was skilled enough. So it almost backfired on me too. But I said, all right, fine, let's go do this. Because she was telling me she couldn't find a job. So I went in, I applied, I got the job like that. I said, you can get a job. Just go in there and apply. So she went in, she applied, and sure enough, she got a job. And then I stayed there for like 2.5 years because she was there. And because I realized that a lot of the people that worked there, they worked there because they really needed that paycheck. I didn't need that freaking paycheck. As a matter of fact, most of the time they'd come up to me and go, could you please cash your check? And I'd be like, what check? And they'd be like, the one from like 3 pay periods ago. And I would be like, oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. And I'd go out to my car and find it. It would be on the floor in the back somewhere. Because Mike makes, enough money to support us. And I work just to put money in my own account. And at the time, I really didn't need the money. And so it was an extremely hostile work environment. And so I started taking this anxiety medication. Now, I did go and complain and say, hey, guys, working by me here, thucky. They don't care. But I did have one of the supervisors. She was the new supervisor on the floor, the main, handled the account. And he actually came up to me one day and he asked me, he says, why do you continue to work here? You don't need the money. You don't seem to enjoy the work. Why do you come in here? And I told him flat to his face. I said, the reason I come in here is because I don't need the money. They do. And so I can say what I want and you can't fire me. And if you do, it doesn't freaking matter. So when you treat them like shit, I'm going to let you know that you're treating them like shit. And, we are going to go rounds. And I would stand up for them in a heartbeat. Because a lot of them did need that job. I didn't need that freaking job. They needed that job. So I know this has now become very busy because I put this tab, but I want to get the tabs on there. And I got to, that's where it goes. It goes there. What do you want from me? And he actually said it one time. He was like, fair, that works. Yeah, I get it. These people are, they're single moms. They're older people that, their Social Security's been wiped out, whatever. I get it. Yeah, they need their job. You don't. But it was extremely hostile as far as the work environment went. Like at one point, I was in my chair. I tore a muscle in my knee and I was in my chair for like 5-6 months. And one of the supervisors came over out of the blue, got in my chair, turned it on and rolled away with it. And then when I complained about that, because now I'm stuck at my desk, I can't go anywhere. And I complained about it. He came up to me a couple of days later after he got in trouble and went, I thought we were better friends than that. I'm like, dude, I'm not your friend. First off, I don't like you in the least bit. Second, you're supposed to be a supervisor. not friends with the people. If you think you're friends with everybody on the floor, you're going to have a very hard run of it because these people do not want to be your friend. Now, at the time, he's lucky I didn't tell my husband, because my husband would have gone over there and whooped his ass in a heartbeat. But, all right, what did we get done today so far? 1.
All right, sir. Well, I apologize
2.
for any inconvenience, and I can certainly try to assist you with that.
And 3. So we got 3 pages done. We have 1,
Thanks, Jane.
2,
Appreciate that. I see you've already verified the number with our
4, 6,
Let's
8,
see. This is for
10,
Protection Solutions over
12,
Street.
14, 16,
All right.
18,
So what do we got going on?
20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36 pages left to go. Which means we'll be at this for another 2 weeks, easily. So I've been taking sertraline for a while now because I'm, and then on top of it, I tried to get off of it a few years back, about 5 years back, but I had she who should not be named living here. And that was another source of anxiety for me. So it was best for me not to get off of it at that time. As a matter of fact, they upped my dosage,
Okay, well, I am a fiber person.
which we jokingly
Yeah,
said,
deal with
don't
fiber.
call, don't punch
Although
the
I've never had to
pills.
quite feel some of the, it's coming off of a non-paid disconnect kind of thing. Which is, I'm assuming it was
Don't
what
punch
happened.
the
So
inserting
I'm
your
trying
pills.
to see what we can do to get this squared away, or what portion of it we're
But
at to where it needs to be taken care of. You know what I mean? I'm not quite
So,
sure what was done to stop
I was
you
taking the
or-
medication in order to not beat the living crap out of somebody who was driving me
Yeah.
crazy.
So let's figure out
And-
what portion of the process we're at. With.
So I've been on it for many, many years. The last time the doctor screwed it up and didn't call in the refill, well, the first time, I was off of it for 2 days. I ended up having to pay to go to urgent care to get them to put a refill in for the prescription because my doctor was out having surgery. He knew it. He knew he was going to be out having surgery. He should have authorized the refill when I saw him 2 weeks before he went on his medical vacation. But he didn't. So I ended up having to pay to go to urgent care, and I refused to pay that. We're still arguing over that $50. Me and the insurance, the provider. And so then the next time it happened was when he retired. He retired, and I went in, and he was supposed to have refilled all of my prescriptions. That was the whole point of going in to see him before he retired, was so that he could refill all of my prescriptions, and I would have 6 months worth of prescriptions to a year in order to find another doctor. He refilled them for 3 months. And that time, I didn't find out that he had refilled them, that he hadn't refilled them properly until about, I don't know. I needed them. Yeah. So, okay, get in there. So I went like 4 or 5 days because I had to make an appointment to actually go see the doctor. And if I didn't want to pay the $50 copay at the urgent care. And so, yeah. So I ended up being like 6 days without them, and I was miserable. Well, on top of everything else with the storm and all that going on, my pharmacy did not tell me that there were no refunds on my medication like they're supposed to. It's supposed to be on auto refill. However, went to pick it up. It's not the right medication. They sent me 2 other medications that I didn't need refills on, but they refilled them. And then so I got in touch with the doctor, the physician's assistant who we're seeing now while we're still trying to find a regular primary. And he sent in the refill. And I get the, I texted him and I was like, I need this refill. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to be, out of state for at least 7 to 10 days. I need this medication. they were like, we forwarded it to the physician's assistant, to the PA. We'll we're sure he'll take care of it. About an hour later, I got a text saying, yes, I got it. It's already been called in. So when Hubbard went to go pick up my meds, they went, well, it's going to be auto refilled from the main distribution, which is in Arizona. He thinks, okay, comes home. I'm like, no, I have been out without this medication for 3 days. He's like, oh. So on top of barometric pressure, the ongoing migraine, my sugar being out of whack all week, now I don't have my meds, and I haven't had them in 3 days. So I said, no, we're going to the pharmacy. So I went to the pharmacy, and the tech over at the pharmacy did everything she possibly could to not have to fill that prescription. She's like, it's coming tomorrow. Oh, my God. Bitch, get this crap straightened out. Why didn't I get a text message? Fix it. She had a real attitude about the whole thing.
It's all there.
But I didn't get my medication until yesterday afternoon. And I still don't feel normal. I'm hoping to feel normal by morning. My sugar's not even back in track yet. It's being weird. So yeah, so now I'm off my meds for 4 days. I started taking them again last night. So we'll see. We'll see how this works. All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. So please remember this Saturday, there is no Build a Journal 101 class. I apologize for the last class. I understand it's a class, and people, when they come in, should respect that. And, some people don't. And I can't control that, so I apologize. I will try my best every time to shut them down, but, sometimes people come in, and even our regulars, they just, they don't think that stuff applies to them. I want to talk about this, and that's what we're talking about. Okay. So today is the 15th, which means we're going to do our Projects of 26 challenge today, number 14. And let's get that done. All right. Let's see what we got. What is going to be? Okay. This is not a hard one. This is a good one. Your substrate is going to be a tag. And your a stencil. So challenge number 3 is a greeting card and chalk. And for this one, you're going to be making a tag and using some kind of a stencil. Okay. We are at number 14. All right, put that up there. So we have that done. Now, I will be leaving tomorrow morning before about 10 a.m. And I will be gone at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday, at least Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, probably coming back Wednesday or Thursday. I do have to definitely be back by the 27th because I have a sleep study appointment. And I have to be back by the 25th because I promised you guys I would be back on the 25th. We are not going to be having our Build a Journal 101 on the 18th. So you get 2 weeks, and we're going to be back on the 25th. Okay? Remember, This Friday is Mary Milstein's birthday. So if you see her someplace, wish her a happy birthday. But I will be back. I'm probably going to be gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Okay? No, actually, Mari, you are not my problem. You were never a problem. It is never you. There is one very specific person who likes to come in and take over a room and honestly not part of the community, but likes to hang out on the fringes of the community and
someone just sent me something
sort of has their own agenda.
Tell me how to get this reactivated for you. give me some time to try to do this.
And it's annoying when they come in and they want to, like, you're presenting a class for people that, you know, they're not paying to be there, but it's something that you've been asked to do a few times. And so you're doing that, and you're doing it in a free setting. So anybody is welcome to come in. And to have somebody come in and think that they're just going to take the whole thing somewhere else is kind of frustrating. And it's not like I can, in the middle of it. No, it's none of you. It's none of you. Trust me. It is none of you. But, you know, there's just one person who they like to come in and they like to make it all about them. It's not you either. I'll be going there. I cannot publicly say this. I cannot publicly say who it is. I will not publicly say who it is, but I will tell you that it's not any of you. It is not anybody in this room right now. Okay? But we're going to deal with that. All right. So I will be here again, even though I'm on my trip. If you need me, just text me, guys, email me. All right. I check my email every day. I check my text at 2-3 times a day. All right. I will get back to you, even if I'm on the road. If there's a question and you need it answered, or you need me for something, you just let me know. I will get back to you. Maybe not right then and there, because I'm driving down the highway at 95 miles an hour, but I will get back to you. I will. Okay. Maybe 90. I'll go slower because I got my grandkids in the car. Something like that. Oh, you're getting it, Chris. It is hitting home. So just reach out and let me know, okay? I hate being away from you guys. This is going to kill me, being away from you guys for a whole week. It is, seriously. I'm going to miss you guys so bad. Like yesterday, if I hadn't been in such a crap mood, I was going to go live yesterday afternoon. I was like, I'm going to go live. No, you're not. You can barely sit up. Marjorie, shut up.
Okay, so you made that payment today, right?
Look, I told you guys last time I was on the ride with her. Last time I went on a trip with Shaylee, we almost died. Literally, there was a guy who was behind us who followed me off the freeway, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." Just sent my granddaughter in the store to get me soda because I don't want her to see her. I don't want her to see me break down. He's like, "No, I get it. I get it." Yeah, I had a tire come over the center divider and missed my car by about like this much. And if it had hit us, we'd have been in some serious pain. But yeah, because I'm the Bima. I am loud and proud, and I'm in charge. So yeah, yeah, and Shaylee and all her wonders, like, good driving, because like I think she's oblivious, but she's not. She knew exactly. But yeah, I am gonna miss you guys something awful. I don't know, sometime. And then yesterday, sometime at around like 8:30, I was like, go live. And I was like, who's going to be awake? 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Nobody's going to be awake. I'm going to be all alone in the box. And then Marjorie texts me like midnight. And I was like, shit, I could have gone live. Marjorie would have been there. Michelle has already, I think she's having team meetings all day today, getting the angels prepped. I think she's going to put them like in my most probable route, you know, and I think she's packing one in a small box and shoving it in the car. Yeah, she's on that. I drive faster than her angels can fly. I think she has them in gliders now. They're on the space shuttle following me. All right, so you know when I'm always saying play in the rain, don't play in this rain. Ladies, if you're in Texas, do not be playing in this rain. All right. So I'm going to be gone for a week. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And I'm going to miss you all so much. You have no idea. You guys make me laugh. You make me cry. I share your lives with you. You guys are my besties. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, you're my besties. Like, I can call you out of the blue. Like, no other reason. Just call you out of the blue and go, hey, do me a favor. You're like, okay. I did it to Marjorie. She was very confused. I was like, Marjorie? She's like, it sounds like it's L. She's like, oh. Just out of the blue, I called her one day. All right. So that's what we got going on. Greeting card and chalk. Number 14 is a tag using a stencil. I will not be here for at least a week. I will see you guys when I get home. We'll miss you all desperately. I'm hoping I'll be back for Friday Night Nuts. And if I am, it'll be something special. I will, of course, have a big, a haul video when I come back of all the stuff that I found. We're going to go back on the 25th, get right back into our build journal. I'm going to see if maybe I can post a video or two in here so that, So I got all of that. Remember, if you want to be part of the traveling journal, I'll tell you who's on this list so far. Mari is on here. Chris is on here. Vanessa is on here. Margaret is on here. Marjorie and Becky are on here. Patty Ann is on here. Deborah is on here. And so is Marie. So if you want to be part of the traveling journal, where I'm going to be sending out 2, pre-done journal signatures. And you can do a page or 2 in each one and maybe write something, about what's going on the day that you did it or why you did the design or whatever it is. Maybe a note to the group, whatever. You can just write that on there and do a page. And so if you want to participate, you need to tell me that you want to participate, because that's giving me permission to send your address to everybody else in the group. Because what I'm going to be doing is sending out, with the signatures, I'm going to be sending out these labels that have one for each person that's participating. And then that way there's no question as to if somebody already had it. All you have to do is just take the label, put it on and reship it. Shouldn't cost more than $3 to $4, maybe $5 on the outside once it's loaded to ship this. Okay. So, yeah. So if you want to be part of that, let me know. You can either email me, you can instant message me, you can tell me in the chat, whatever it is. This past thing we did, we started with ephemera, and we did journal cards and tags and clusters. And when we come back, we're going to be doing labels, page toppers, and edges. All right. Okay. So, we also did tabs that are turned into pockets. So there's a couple of things to work with. So if you missed that class, you can go back and watch anything, and that'll do it. That's it, guys. That's all I got. I can't hang out anymore. I love you guys. Do me a favor, hit the button and subscribe and all that happy stuff. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is you guys. I will see you all soon. I love you guys. I'm going to miss you desperately, terribly. But I will be back as soon as I can. And, with 3 grandchildren or less, depending upon how they irritate me. But I love you guys. Play in the rain, not in what we got going on right now. Stay hydrated. Stay well. If your power goes out and you don't have air conditioning, you can go to any public building. They have to let you go in and cool off. It's your building. You pay for it, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Hubbard, say goodbye to the ladies.
Bye, nice ladies.
Bye, guys.